Okay, so yeah, look, it says I can have a grip and then a lesser fire rune. Unless the lesser fire rune is already on there. And all this other stuff. What the heck? Oh, okay, this is soulless. And then this is Bianca. There are a bunch of different upgrades for Bianca. I remember that. There were a bunch. That one dude was selling them. Okay, so I can't do anything to the sword right now. Craft weapons. Pointed dagger grip. It's the same thing for daggers, I'm guessing. I require 2 leather and I don't have anything. Okay. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure this out here. Defender mail, apprentice mail arms, scout. Hold on. Let me. Defender mail, scout mail arms. Is this a medium armor? This isn't a medium armor, right? Scout mail arms. See, these are upgrades. Yeah, this is medium armor arms schematic. And then when I go to the modify armor and then it adds it on. Okay. And this isn't on the cuz look. The defender mail there isn't on the what was it? The defender coat. As soon as he equips it. Or Sandra only. John does not meet all the requirements to equip defender mail. Okay. Well, I'm just going to try to prove a point here. Just trying to show that I at least know something. Oh, so hold on. Look. Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, my theory just got trashed there. Never mind. I thought I thought that little like bottom part to it was the modification that you could add or whatever, but I guess not. Okay, so I somewhat understand this. Craft weapons. See, look, because it says you don't craft weapons. I'm crafting upgrades, but then I can craft both upgrades and weapons, and then I go to here to modify armor and modify weapons. Okay, gotcha. I'm understanding it better. That's the wilderness, which I'm not going to go. Could go out there. What else can I do? I'm trying to figure out if I can do anything else. Journal. Threat remains. Follow Mire. Follow Mire is a sprawling stretch of isolated marshland in southwestern Ferelden. The muggy, treacherous bog was once home to a small fishing community called Fisher's End, which was wiped out by a plague that swept through a few years ago. Lost souls. Inquisition soldiers are missing in the uncharted marshes of southern Ferelden. Power required 0 of 8. Go to the war table to locate the soldiers. Okay. Haven. And then the right armor with the right materials, Haven's blacksmiths can craft some pretty decent armor. Have some armor made. And this is just basically, okay, this is just basically, making the armor, trying to teach you a little tutorial. Same with this. And this is for my troops and all that stuff. So that will probably affect my the war table stuff. Okay. Storm Coast. Storm Coast is a sparsely populated stretch of shoreline along the Walking Sea. Ancient dwarven ruins abandoned since the Divine Age. Still line the coast there. Architects long forgotten. Okay. And what kind of side quest? Vigilance on the coast. There are reports of a small group of Grey Wardens. Oh, traveling along the northern coast of Ferelden in an area known as the Storm Coast. Power required 0 of 4. Go to the war table to scout the Storm Coast. How do I get power? I don't think they ever explained that. Maybe you get more power. Yeah, they never explained that. Either that, or I just did not catch how you got more power.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about it.
Oh, I can still keep on talking to her even though there's that big cutscene thing.
Sure. Where are you from?
Don't know? You don't know?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you.
Oh, that's weird.
But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Okay, tell her.
I was born in Osric, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell
Yeah,
me,
you see these coat of arms? Look at this.
consider the
Freaking
free
huge ass
march
armor.
of your home. Are you eager to go back?
I don't even know where the free marches are. Home is wherever I am. I hated it. I'm not gonna say I hated it. Eventually, perhaps. Home is wherever I am.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the divine.
Investigate. Okay, so you can keep talking to her even after the cutscene thing that I didn't have any commentary in. Okay. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Well, we are a team. Oh, yes, I'd like to be closer. Oh my gosh, just being friendly.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you
Since
wish.
we barely knew you from
My
the
name is
second game, all we knew you as an interrogator.
Of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne.
Oh my gosh,
I joined
what?
the
Your
Secret
royalty?
Service as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
Yeah, you're Navarran royalty?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
That's not why you left Navarra, so you're not on good terms.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone...
You got a brother? What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Oh, well, you just told me his name was Anthony, so thank you for that. Tell me about Navarra, or I asked her, well, you worked for the Divine.
So you were the right hand to the Divine.
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were...
What the hell?
Unusual, huh?
Dude, did you see that? Dude, the guy on the right who was fighting didn't have a head for a minute there.
I will tell you if you
Oh my gosh.
but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right
That's
hand.
actually pretty interesting. What is a right hand? What does a right hand mean? She's a right hand man. Don't you know what that means, dude?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons.
Yeah, that's what a right hand man is. You never heard of
Liliana
that?
and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay.
Are the Seekers like basically their special service or some shit? You believed in her.
You thought she could really change things.
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong.
Stupid
Sometimes
freaking
you have to
Templars
break
and
your
mages.
bones
Oh my
to
gosh.
reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
Ah. Didn't we already ask, how did you become right hand? Coming out of Navarra. We already asked her about this, right?
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday.
20 years
The tale
ago?
gets
Holy
bigger
crap.
each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's how stories work.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand...
What the heck?
Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
Yeah?
The truth is,
I stumbled upon a conspiracy...
Alright, freaking fight a dragon and it comes like hell, seriously. First game, it was... Oh my god, I don't even want to begin with the first game. Fighting a dragon first game was nuts.
They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're still a hero. We're impressive, typical of the Tantry. You're still a
I
hero.
think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
Tell me about
You
Navarra.
don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
What about your parents?
Your uncle. What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus.
Okay, well that's a quite good family history.
My brother and I, since we were family and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalistaka, what?
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is.
A
My
mage?
countrymen do not burn
Huh.
the dead. They bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans
Heck is that?
spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Alright, okay, that's all for
I'll
now.
get back to work.
Okay. Well, we'll learn more about her. That's nice. I guess we can talk to Colin too.